Good day, everybody. My name is Barry Paul. I'm a psychologist here at Stabilis Rehabilitation Center, working here for the last 25 years. And for today, I'm going to touch on a topic which is a difficult topic, and it's the prognosis of addiction, relapse, which is obviously something which we always prefer, or people prefer not to talk about because it's such a difficult topic. And the very interesting part is that there's many research been done on this particular topic, is why do people relapse? And after there's some thorough research been done on this particular topic, they realize that there's 7 most commonly factors which tend to lead to relapse. They even went as far as ranking them from the highest to the lowest, although all 7 is high risk factors. And for today, I would like to touch on the highest contributing factor which tend to lead to a relapse, which is negative emotions. Let me just put this into a context. Substances is always been seen as a mood-altering drug. It changes what you feel. So hypothetically, if you feel anxious or nervous, but people tend to use a downer to make them feel more relaxed. And when they feel sad or depressed or lack of confidence, they've got an inclination to use an upper like cocaine or crystal or cat to make them feel better. So those are the general tendency which you find, that when people feel certain negative emotions, they've got an inclination to use a substance to make them feel better. But the problem about this particular, let's call it alternative, is we're not born with social or emotional skills. So what happens, as we grow older, our emotional skills tends to develop by going through these negative emotions. So by using a substance, these emotional skills does not develop the way they're supposed to. So you would find these clients that quite often battle with certain emotions which you would expect them to know how to handle it, whether it's anger, whether it's sadness, whether it's anxiety, whether it's the lack of confidence, which is part of being human. And the one thing which Stabilis cannot do and don't want to do is we don't want these people not to feel, because feeling emotions is part of being human. The mere fact that you are maybe rich or very attractive or very successful does not imply we're not going to feel these emotions. They are waiting. Not because people are addicts, because they are human. And that's a part which I so strongly emphasize with Stabilis, is that these people need to realize it's not because they've been through this process and they are addicts, that's why they feel these emotions. It's part of being human. So going back to the initial part is, so the one thing which their substance of choice were helping them is to how to cope with negative emotions. It's now all of a sudden being taken away from them, and now they need to sit and cope with these negative emotions, which is waiting for them. And that's a part which our work kicks in. So there's different alternatives how we can go about it. And please, I'm not trying to sell a quick fix, because if there were a quick fix in regards to this, it would have been wonderful. They aren't a quick fix. So the one big alternative which we do believe in within Stabilis is we do have a psychiatrist, implying that there are safer there's safer medication which they can use, which is not addictive. So when we feel that's necessary, we would refer them to our psychiatrist within Stabilis, and they would go on, let's say for argument's sake, antidepressant, just to help them to ease the depression a little bit. I think the second alternative, or the second thing which we discuss, this is therapeutically, and again, it's not a quick fix, is they need to understand that there's a reason why people are experiencing certain emotions. So let's pick an easy one. Anxiousness, or nervous, or worry. Let's take a 4-year-old child walking closer to a cliff. They're bound to feel anxious or nervous, and that anxiety is designed to protect them, to tell them, please be careful. Can you imagine a 4-year-old child which don't experience a certain level of anxious or nervousness? That we will fall off and do the most impulsive, the most dumbest things. So although people don't like or love that negative emotion. I'm trying to persuade them within Stabilis that it's so necessary to feel them because there's something positive to take from it. So I always say to them, on this hand, we've got this negative emotions, which we don't like to feel, but there's something positive to take from it. So I think the three very important questions I continuously ask them is, what are you feeling? Why are you feeling like that? And what is that particular emotion trying to communicate to you? And if they can understand those three questions, I always say to them, you've come a long way within this process. You're most probably further away from a lot of people out there which just don't want to feel these emotions. So I'm trying to give them a better understanding, but not a quick fix, because quick fix does not exist. So, and so we can continue. If you think about guilt or remorse, can you imagine a world without guilt? Guilt is trying to say to us, what you've done and what you're about to do is wrong. We need that emotion. Although, again, I go back to by saying, it's not a nice feeling. It's not a positive emotion, but it's a very necessary emotion to experience. And then I think last but not least is our patience with Stabilis, or I generalize it by this particular statement. This very impulsive or instant gratification desire for these emotions to disappear. Because they've got this old solution with their substance of choice to make this disappear within seconds. And I'm also trying to make them aware that this is a whole process. It's not a quick fix. It's a process which we go through. And even within 3 weeks, I make them aware that it's an ongoing thing up until the day we die. Not because they are addicts, because we're all just human. Thanks for listening. And please, at the bottom of this video, you'll find all our details if you would like to contact Stabilis. Thanks for listening. Take care. Look after yourself.